Look, we stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change, stop running your mouth. I'm looking for words, but I can't get it out. Look for the light, but the sun blotted out.
Hold on, let me hop on the beat. Cause social injustice and prisoner mindset is something we gotta defeat. We idle these hoes and wear all these clothes with shoes that can't be creased. Steady looking for substance and change, but we searching all up in these streets.
Got a stain on my shirt that I can't get out. My people on high like the top of the mount. We thirsting for truth, but there's no spout. Look for a savior, but no one around.
But no one's around, but where do they look? It ain't in the church, it ain't in the book. We can't get a job, so we rather crook. They got us in chains, a fish on a hook.
Look, harvesting not bodies, harvesting not organs. Got them real big mad, cause they culture boring. Pimping the poor, Jim Crow at the door. Selling our souls, our daughters a whore. I wanna give in, can't take it no more. Don't wanna believe our people are more.
We swept our cup when we look at decline. We got a new bottle, it's filled with...
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Make a Cleanse Move podcast with your homegirl G. Y'all know here on the Make a Cleanse Move podcast, we cover everything that has to do with healing in the Black community. This series especially, I've been doing a sexual healing, so I did the ladies edition for y'all to tap into that, then the fellas, and now we here with a fella and a couple ladies, you feel me? But we gonna hash this out the way it's supposed to go. So boom, I'm gonna bring them on. I'm gonna bring our fella on first because he's the only one. Mr. Devin Moore.
What's going on?
And then I got my sis Amani and Camilla. One of them there. Okay, there.
Hey y'all.
Okay, but boom, we gonna go ahead and get rolling into this. First with some check-ins. How y'all feeling? How's everybody doing? Don't all speak at once.
Ladies first.
Oh, okay. Oh, respectful. I like him already. We're doing good. That's about it. There ain't much to it. Doing good. Blessed and highly favored to wake up and see another Sunday. Blessed going into another week. That's all I got.
Amen.
I'm in a great mood. It's a great Sunday. It's a great week. Blessed and highly favored, and the devil cannot get me. So.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I'm going to just go ahead and, I'm blessed as well. Won't complain.
I love to hear it. I'm doing amazing. I'm glad to have y'all here. Finally, hash out this final series. I got a new dog. I wanted to name him Cocaine, but my mom wasn't feeling that, and he wasn't answering to that. So, his name is Romeo.
You could have named him Snow.
He wasn't answering to Snow either. I said Snow, didn't I, Monty? I said Snow. He wasn't answering.
We
to
was
Snow
on the phone
either.
together,
But he answers to Romeo, so I guess that's his name, Romeo. My sister thinks his name is Bingo, but this is the new addition to the family, y'all. So y'all gonna be seeing me with him all the time because he's that type of dog. Boom. Okay, let's get to these questions. So Devin, you already said it. Ladies first. I'm glad you know. And we're boom. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is sex in your relationship? Money.
I love how I get to go first. For me personally, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a 5 and a 6. So I'll give it like a 5.5 because it's in between those two. Reasons why for me though, because at the end of the day, sex is not the main thing going into a relationship. It's about how you treat me, the things you're doing for me, the things I could do for you, the love we have for each other. Not everything is about sex. Because you know what I mean? If a relationship is based off of sex, do you really have a relationship? So yeah, mine is 5.5, 6.
I love you. Respect. Okay. Camilla?
For me, because we're being honest on this podcast, I'm
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to say a solid 8 or 9. The reason
Okay.
I say that is because my second love language is touch. So it's like intimacy is important to me. Intimacy in a non-sexual way and in a sexual way.
I'm right there with you.
Mine is first, so I agree with her. Mine
Yeah.
is first, but
Yeah. I'm right there with y'all. Mr. Devin.
I'm gonna say a good 7 or 8.
Okay.
Definitely, I feel like sex is like, especially when if you have that soul ties, I feel like it's important. You know.
Okay. Okay. So my honest truth is a 10. I'm not deviating from that. Sex is on a scale of 1 to 10. It is highly important. And so with that, easily that brings us into this next question, which I'll explain why sex is so important. Um, can you be with somebody who doesn't satisfy your sexual needs? I'm gonna start with Camilla.
I'm glad you did, because I was about to. Are we allowed to cuss on this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Hell
ma'am.
no. Hell no. Ain't no way. And let me tell you why. Because it's like, if you cannot please me sexually, first of all, I'm a very vocal lover, right? So it's like, I tell you what I want you to do. So if you do not listen and take notes and then act on that, you don't know how to listen, which means we ain't got no business being together no way.
I know y'all heard, sis. Money.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say no. I cannot be with somebody who does not satisfy my sexual needs. But you know me, I always got to make exceptions for stuff. So let me explain. Let's say I have a partner. Mm-hmm. It is very important for me that my partner and I sit down and talk about what satisfies us sexually. You tell me what you like, I tell you what I like. You tell me what you don't like, I tell you what I don't like. That way communication was had. We move on into, the sexual intercourse and the activities, and I realized, like Camille is saying, you didn't listen. If you didn't listen, but we sat down and blatantly talked about it, then that's when a problem is created, and I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry. It was fun, it was real fun, but I probably won't see you again.
I'm there with you, okay? Mr. Moore.
I would say yeah, I can, but then I don't know. Like, it just depends. I don't know.
Have you ever been with somebody who didn't satisfy you sexually?
I have.
Okay.
They was a good person, huh?
They brought more to me, or brought more to the table than just sex.
Facts.
Of course, I said I ain't gonna sit here and say I didn't cheat. In my past, but I mean, it just happens. It's like if you're not satisfying me sexually, that's a door open for me to go look for what I'm, needing or craving. Or I've been with a girl who just like she just didn't like sex. I just can't be. I said if we ain't having sex at least from 7 to 10, there's no point in us. The sex is important. I feel like it's not a necessity every day.
Okay, I feel you. Okay. So, leading from the last question with on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is sex? For me, it's a 10. This can you be with somebody who doesn't satisfy your sexual needs? Absolutely not. I just can't. Yeah, I just can't. I'm gonna take the cards that I'm dealt with. And if I gotta redeal them, I'm gonna redeal them. If they're not shuffled appropriately, I'm gonna have to redeal. I know that may sound a little harsh, but that's my reality. That is my wholehearted reality. Like, if you cannot satisfy me sexually, then we don't need to be together. There's like, I don't care how good of a person you are, you can be go good for somebody else, and I will tell you that. Like, you are a great person, a wonderful, wonderful person, but not for me, because that one quality is important to me. You have to be able to satisfy me sexually. It is a absolute. You know, I'm not negotiating it. No, it's you have to be able to satisfy me sexually. Period. You know, so boom.
I think it goes back. I think it goes back to like what I was saying earlier. Like, you could be a great person, a fantastic person, and touch my life in other ways outside of sex.
Yes.
And sex is not the main focus of the relationship, but it is in addition to it. And that addition, I want to be enjoyable for both parties. It's not all about me, because sex takes two.
Absolutely.
So I definitely feel like, especially if a space was created for us to sit down and talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
listen, if you have questions, like, this is why we're talking about it, clarify whatever you got to do. But once again, like Camilla said, if you're just not going to listen, then like, it was real, it was fun, it was real fun.
Facts.
See,
Anybody
and
else?
I think to piggyback off of what Armani's saying, for me, it's like people touch your life, right? In more ways than just sex. Yes. But those people are usually then friends or family. You cannot just touch my life in that way and then be lacking in the whole, you know, and I'm not saying like relationships are all about sex, but it's like, it's the difference between being friends with somebody and being in a relationship.
It's a huge intimacy thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this.
Okay.
Say y'all do whatever for, you know, a long period of time before you guys have sex. You guys feeling him, and so, you know, y'all fall in love. But when y'all finally have sex, it's just not it. Y'all done break up with dude?
There's no way I'm gonna be able to fall in love with you without knowing that you can satisfy me sexually.
I gotta drive the car before I make the purchase.
You hear me? You hear me? I have to. There's no way. There's absolutely no way I'm gonna even allow myself to get to a point that I'm gonna fall in love with you and I don't know that you can satisfy me sexually. Like, that doesn't even correlate.
It's not literally like I have to test the waters. Like I have to, because I need to know today, before I fall in love with you, before I make a whole Pinterest board of our wedding, I need to know if you not gonna fuck me how I need to be fucked. Because if so, I need to find somebody who's gonna slut me out how I need to be slutted out.
Just like that.
There's no learning period. There's no just.
I was getting ready to say, unlike those two, talking to me with a little bit of logic in my brain, if there's an opportunity for a teachable moment, I'm going to take it. Especially because, like, you know, falling in love is a big deal. Love is a big word within itself. That's not something you just throw out on a regular basis.
Lust too, you know?
Exactly. That's a part of it too. So if there's definitely a teachable moment, I'm going to take it. If the teachable moment turns out to be a waste of time, then I'm going to be like, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down and have a conversation. I ain't going to be like them two, all right, but sorry, sir, bye. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to say, hey, what have you noticed is not working? This is what I have noticed. We come to a mutual agreement. We both walk away happy, skipping, jolly, all that.
There's too many fish in the sea to do that, though. You feel me? Like, if we don't click, if we don't click and we don't click, I can't force a vibe. I can't teach a vibe. I can't, you know, I can't purchase a vibe. You feel me? It's just something that comes so naturally that you don't have to explain anything ever, because y'all are always right there with each other. Will I ever find out? Who knows? There's a billion fish in the sea, so we gonna test the waters till we find out. You feel me? Like, there's always that period.
Oh, we gonna rock.
Oh, Camille, you breaking up. You breaking up. Hold on. And she froze. No, but for real, like, there's
Yeah.
There's always that talking stage, but it will never get to a point that I'm gonna fall in love with you before I know if you can satisfy me sexually. Like it's no, we can talk for however long, but I will never be able to fall in love with you without knowing that I may have love for you, which is having care for you. I may care about you, not want anything to happen to you, but to say that I am in love with you without knowing that you can satisfy me sexually is impossible. Like no, absolutely not. Sex is a part of being in love.
I think for me, the whole thing is literally, like G said, there's no reason to go through that teaching curve when there's somebody out there who's just going to get you. There was somebody God specifically crafted somebody for you who would be able to deal with everything that you needed them to be able to deal with. Literally. So when a man tells me I'm not aggressive,
God also said no sex before marriage.
Yes, he does. Absolutely, he does. God also says not to kill. He says not to lie. You feel me? He says not to steal. He says all of these things that he says not to do. And that's why he sent his son to die on the cross for our sins so that when we do sin, we get forgave for it. You feel me? This is something we got to ask for forgiveness for. And, to piggyback off of, what Camille was saying, it's just... It got to be there. It has to be there. It just it has to be there.
I mean, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? But I just know, like, in that same token is, like, this girl could, like, I done been with girls that, like, I'm like, dang, like, I ain't never had it like that, you know? But mentally, it's like, later on down the road,
You trying to suck my dick from the back. I ain't never had that happen to me.
You know, mentally, like, you don't find out how crazy somebody is until after you already had sex with them, you already caught that soul tie, and now you're just like, dang.
I'm with Devin to an extent. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all. When you have sex, like, not being married, I'm not going to cap with y'all. A thought ran through my mind like, oh my gosh, Jesus is so disappointed. And I started praying and repenting right then and there. Like, I do think about that often. Like, bro, I just sinned. Like, I know God gonna forgive me, but like, how could I have avoided this? You know what I mean?
And it's not just like that. Like, I have kids. And like I said this last time. I don't regret my son or my daughter or anything. But I regret having kids without having the stability in a stable household. And not being married, not just having sex. Because she sucked my dick from the back.
Like, I feel like with that though, it's like that could have been, I don't know, because it's like, I don't know. I guess my whole thing is just like, if that's my sin, God knows my heart. God also knows who I am. God sit there, he shake his head. He be like, damn, look at this motherfucker again. Shaking my head. And he be like, but she loves me and she prays. We talk every day faithfully. So I'm gonna let her do her.
And I'm with you on that. But on that same token, like, I got a son I gotta raise, and I look at him, like, again, just being a father, and like, just is the stuff that he has to see me and his mother go through because we had sex without being married, not knowing each other, not getting to really know each other before we lay down and have sex. And we brought a kid into it. He wasn't planned, but the sex was just that damn good. It's like, but that was our reality. We had a child, and now it was like we almost hate each other, And it's not fair to our son that he has to watch us grow, growing up with his parents hating each other. And I think that's what I said. Having sex without marriage, I think that's what God. That's my only logic. Like I said, I like sex, and I said every time after, I'd be like, "Damn God, I'm sorry, I just did all that, and I'm gonna double back tomorrow, and I'm gonna ask God for forgiveness again." But then I said, I look at my child and see what the the mentality he has to, go through with me and his mother not getting along, and you know what I'm saying, different household, different men and women coming and going. It's just not right.
But I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like there are precautions. I don't know, because I feel like, number one, I go through a very, very
strict application process.
Yes, I swear to God, I literally sit and run men through questions for 3 hours. 3 hours of solid questioning. I need to know what your childhood traumas are. I need to know how you feel like that's affected you. I ask men stuff that they've never been asked before. And they look at me like,
You have to.
I don't know. Yeah, because
You have to. You have to.
Because it's like, before I lay down with you, I need to know what demons you're fighting, because I'm fighting enough demons on my own. And if you come in and mess up my internal peace, it's going to be an issue. So it's like, and then one of the questions I ask is, okay, so in the event we've been together, say, X amount of time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, and you come home one day and I look at you and I tell you, my period ain't came, you got a baby on the way. How you going to respond? What's your response? What are we doing? Because if you give me an answer I don't like right then and there, we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Why?
You said why?
It's an mentality. You know, you can tell where somebody's at. And true enough, feelings can change that, but I need to know where you're already at. I need to know exactly where you're already at, you know. And the crazy thing is, you know, like your situation is almost everybody's situation in this generation. Like almost everybody has a baby by somebody that they didn't really take the time to move, or they did. But the thing is, at the end of the day, no matter how long y'all have known each other or whatever, there's hate. And babies are being raised in split homes. And you know, I just think you have to, as a parent,
and they fully understand death.
Sorry guys, hold on. My Netflix was playing.
I'm like, what is that?
You gotta close apps out. Gotta close your apps out. Netflix was still rolling on me. Okay. But you know, as a parent, you have to be more precautious. Because not that you planned for that to happen, but it happened. And now you have to look at your life and reevaluate some things so that you can raise a better human being. Us as not parents, we don't have to think about shit like that. I don't have to think about shit like that. I don't have to think about what my decisions affecting a child, because my decisions are not affecting a child. So therefore, I have a greater opportunity to be more precautious. I know that that's not a situation I do not want to be in, because it's a situation that everybody's in. It's not healthy. It's very toxic, and it's not something that I want. So therefore, with that being said, like Camilla said, I go through a very strict application process. So it doesn't matter, you know, but there are certain things there. You have to really, you know, have your list of things that you will and will not tolerate, period. You will not tolerate this, you will tolerate this. And everybody's different. Every single body is different. They know their limits. They know what type of person it is that they are and what type of person they want to be with. Therefore, what type of children they want to have. You have to know that when you are dealing and thinking about mixing DNAs, it's not just about making a baby. You're literally mixing DNAs. Do our DNA match? I don't want to lay down with you and think about, especially unprotected, if I don't know what your family tree looks like. If your daddy's auntie on the grandmama side is ugly and they all come down ugly, no ma'am. No, we can't do it. I don't want it. I don't want ugly kids. I don't want dumb kids. I don't want my kids to be stupid. Now, I don't want, and this is my personal preference or whatever, I want a smart dude, but you can't be smarter than me, because then those are the ones who are assholes, and those are the ones who tend to be belittling. And you can't belittle me, because then I'm gonna want to fight you, and I don't want to have to feel like I want to fight my dude. If I ever feel like I want to put my hands on you, we don't need to be together, because you're gonna bring out a toxicity in me that I don't want the energy to have. So once I have those feelings with a person, I could cut you out easily. That's why I keep a roster of dudes. There's never just one person on the list. I'm not in a relationship. I'm single. So therefore I have the right to analyze and go through multiple dudes at one time and see which one is going to make the cut. Yes, y'all are in a race and there's a running. You're either smart enough to realize it and figure it out, or you're just dumb enough to play the game.
See, and for me, it's like my whole thing is going back to what you said about needing to know if somebody's DNA mixes with yours. I need to know your family.
Period.
I need to know your family, because if I have to tell myself when we have a baby, your mama will not be allowed to see our kid, it's the issue. It's the issue. Because no ma'am, I'm not gonna be stressed out during the most beautiful time of my life. I'm not gonna do that.
No, and I'm very family oriented. So if I get to, I can tell your mom don't like me. I don't want to have to deal with that shit. I don't want to have no dude ever, fight his mom for me. It's noble and it's respectable, but I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to be able to mix and blend into somebody's family naturally. I don't want it to ever, at any point, ever feel forced.
100%.
Ever. Family is huge to me. And once you be with somebody, and that's why these broken relationships are so horrible, because it breaks families. It definitely breaks families. You feel me? So it's like, now you have the baby mama side, you got the baby daddy side. What are birthday parties like? What's Christmas like? What's Thanksgiving like? What are these holidays like when it's supposed to be blended families together? When that's what marriage is. You should be able to do that. You should be able to do that, but you have to want to do that. That's why I don't believe in settling down young. I need to test these waters. I need to make sure this is going to work and be right. Drake said it, married in our 20s. Where's the fun in that? No. We can't get married in our 20s. I don't even want you to propose to me while I'm still in my 20s, because I know I'm still figuring myself out. My golden birthday isn't until I'm 30. You've been what? Everybody else that already had their golden birthday. Everybody else's shit that already passed. My golden birthday is when I'm 30. So that I know by then I'm going to be cool up here enough to have a child. But until then, I know I'm going to be on bullshit. I'm going to be on bullshit, because when I say I'm when I turn 30, I'm living life like I'm fucking the entire year up. I don't want to have to worry about a kid, because who knows if I'm going to survive that year. That's how lit I'm going to be. That is how lit I'm going to be. You feel me? But I want to be at a point before I have kids that I'm there. I'm there mentally. I'm there mentally. And with that being said, I'm not going to be mentally ready for a relationship until I can get there. And I say maybe after 25, give me that, and I'll be able to knock the list down from maybe 5 to 3.
So you saying you're not in a committed relationship until you're 25?
Absolutely.
So what you do? Just testing waters right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Having fun, because if I get in a committed relationship and I go on a girls trip and travel, say we go to like Jamaica and I make a Jamaican, I'm leaving you. No questions asked. No, nothing about it. This Jamaican man said he was gonna take care of me, so I'm going. Period. I don't want to have to break nobody's heart like that, and I know I have the ability to, and I know I also don't give a damn either right now. You have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. That's the thing. The key is knowing who you are and what you're capable of. I know what I'm capable of, and I also know I don't give a damn. I don't care about breaking nobody's heart right now. If your heart is broken away, collateral damage, baby.
Look, I used to be this. I promise I used to be the same. I used to get enjoyment, and Armani can attest to this. It used to be fine. when I would watch the look on men's face when their little heart was shattered. They were like, "Oh, you really don't give a fuck." No, I don't at all. Thanks for playing the game. You taught me a lot about myself, but this is dead.
Love the ones that teach you about yourself. Those be the best ones. Like, you definitely did teach me about myself. You feel me? Like, I was going through this process. Is it was a couple dudes who taught me. You feel me? I really am a bitch. Like, damn.
What
I've
got
been
y'all?
told me this before,
this
but
point?
you feel me? To actually hear it from somebody that you grew feeling for and liked, it's like, damn. So you think I'm a bitch too? Like,
To hear
it
somebody
makes you want. Yeah,
tell you,
exactly.
to tell you like you really are an asshole. I mean, like, I know, but like,
Damn. Like, I didn't know that, but damn.
I really used to tell niggas like, charge that shit to the game, bruh. Swipe your card, charge that shit to the game. It happens. You'll be
The
all
game
right.
will refund you. If you play the game right, the game will refund you.
Okay. And it was like, for me, it was like, my whole thing was, so for like me, my biggest thing in my teens was trying to figure out what type of dominance I wanted, right? I need an alpha male, and I need an alpha male.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Pause. Because that takes us into this question. And I'm going to let you start off. What qualifies a great sex partner for you?
Boom. There we go. I need an alpha man. I say this as I have had a non-alpha man, and I walked over him because I'm an alpha female, and that will not work for me. I will walk over you, and then I literally told him, I was 16, about to be 7. I told this man, I kid you not, I said, I need you to grow a pair of balls for real, because I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but this ain't finna work. It's not. I can't do it. I need a man who's gonna be able to put me back in my place. You know what I mean? And
I need a man who's a man.
I need a man's man. I need a man's man. My man.
Period. Period. Monty. You can take your time. We heard your voice in a little minute.
I enjoyed being quiet and listening. For me, that qualifies someone to be a great sex partner, but also just a partner in general, is honestly an alpha male. I am a very strong alpha female, and I'm not just saying by just like my attitude, but by my mentality, my personality, my grind, my hustle, my work ethic, and my independence. It really bothers dudes that I'm so independent, because I think a lot of dudes, let me clarify, I think a lot of boys are bothered by the fact that they can't walk all over me, or are bothered by the fact that I am so independent. Like, I've had literally a dude ask me, why won't you let me take care of you? And I was like, because I don't need you. And I'm like, no, I didn't mean like that, big homie. Like, I could have said it better, but it's like, I really don't. I don't need you to take care of me. I don't need you to go out and make the money and me stay at home. And I don't see myself being a stay-at-home mom. I love my kids. I will make time for them at every chance I get, but I will not be a stay-at-home mom. That's not in my plan, and that's not in my future. I will continue to hustle. I will continue to grind. I will continue to make a way out of no way for my family if it reaches that point. I will continue to be successful. I will continue to rely on God. I don't look for someone to just take care of me and say, don't do anything. That just don't feel right to me. Like, what do you mean I don't need to do anything ever again? No, that's weird. I don't like that. Us sharing the responsibility, cool. But, at the end of the day, it's someone who is, like Mia said, an alpha squared. Because I'm bringing the alpha 100%. You just might have to be alpha squared, and we'll be able to work it out. As long as you respect and understand my personality and that type of alpha female I am, then I don't think we should have a problem at all.
Facts. Mr. Moore.
All I like me some alpha women, but also I'm a man that see. I'm like, if we in a relationship, I'm gonna pay all the bills. Whether you work or not, you know what I'm saying. What you do with your money, what you do with your money. But as a man, this is how I was taught. A man is supposed to is supposed to provide.
Right, right.
So that's just, like, again, we can be in a relationship, like we can figure out how you want to split the bills, but I just feel like my job is to work to make sure that the bills are paid, whether you got it or not. Whether if we are going half and half, if you slip up 1 month, I gotta make sure that I can cover your half. Um, well, again, like I said, I don't expect for any woman to go half of me on a bill. I just feel like that's just not what we're supposed to do.
Respect it. Absolutely. So I'm piggybacking off of Kania and Money for show to start. Because then I'm gonna piggyback off of Devin. But I'm definitely an alpha female myself. So I need an alpha male, period. I need somebody whose dominance is gonna overpower my dominance. You feel me? I am a lioness. I need you to be my lion. Like that period. You feel me? So that has to be there. Absolutely. Now, in answering the question, what qualifies the great sex partner, that alpha male, and you have to, like, absolutely, like, without a doubt, you have to have a sense for adventure, because you never ever know wherever we're at. It doesn't matter unless it's a place of holy grounds. I might say, come on, let's go, either to the car or wherever we got to figure out to go, because you have to have a sense of adventure. I don't give a damn where we're at. I don't care. And if you don't have that sense of adventure, it's gonna irritate me. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like, why do you have an attitude? And I'm like, I don't have an attitude, because you're just not going to understand, because you don't have that sense of adventure. So you just can't be boring. But to piggyback off of Devin, and to kind of tie in what Monty said. So absolutely, that independence, you feel me? There's nothing like it, and a lot of men are intimidated by a woman's independence. And I think that's also why I'm not interested in being in a relationship right now, because I don't need nobody intimidated by my independence. Like, I am fully capable of being able to take care of myself. At the same time, I am also very old school. If we are going to be in a relationship, you are going to take care of me. Period. Like,
Exactly.
when I do become a mom, I do plan on being a stay-at-home mom. For one, I hate to work, so I'm always going to have my own businesses on the side and my hustle, so that I can tend to my kids 100%, whatever they need me to. I'm going to be a part of the PTA and all of that shit. I'm going to be the parent the schools love to hate if I don't homeschool my kids, because I plan on being able to travel with them and teach them that way. So yeah, like, I am very old school. So if we're going to be in a relationship, you are going to pay for everything. I'm not going to dispute it. I'm not going to question it or anything like that. You feel me? Go ahead and handle that. You should be able to handle that. You should absolutely be able to handle that. You shouldn't have to question that. And if you ever ask me to take out the trash, I might just stab you in the foot. I just,
because, okay, see, I agree with G, because I grew up down south, right? Sorry, y'all. It's gonna get washed.
girl, it's cute.
Anyway, so the reason I agree with G is because it's like, I'm not taking out the trash. I should not have to take my car to go get the oil changed. I should not have to take my car to go get the tire changed. I should not pump my own gas, because if I am, what do I have a man for?
My shit should always be on full. I shouldn't know how gas got in the car. It should just always be on full. Like,
you should take it every 3 days before I get up. Okay, let me go fill my girl car. What?
And it's stuff like that makes me even more kinky for you in the bedroom, to qualify me as an even better sex partner for my man. You feel me? Like, if for my man, the things that you do for me outside of sex is gonna improve what I do for you during sex.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it is a traditionalist like the way we grew up. It's a traditionalist lifestyle. Everything that G has stated is exactly how I feel, 100%. As independent and grown as I am, at the same time, even though I know I can take care of me, I would appreciate care for me. You know what I
Period.
mean? Like I would definitely appreciate, well, even if it's just the little things, the compliments, going to fill up my gas, going to get my car a car wash, like the little things I appreciate. But just know at the end of the day, anytime you feeling you not holding up your deal of the bargain, you not holding up your vows or
I
what we
got
were
you.
married for,
I got
I'm
you.
gone. Because I know what I bring
I
to the
got
table.
you.
So if you can't meet me halfway, then what's the point?
That. Period. Period. What you got to say, Devin? I can tell you got something to say.
No, I mean, listen, I agree with you guys. You know, like I said, you know, I'm a man. Like I said, regardless, if we in a relationship, and on that same token though, we got to be in the same household before I start paying your bills, or before I start doing anything. I said I'll fill up if I'm fine with you. I'll fill up your tank. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't
I'm not
expect
just not
that
filling
unless we're
your tank
married.
because we. You said what?
I said exactly what you're saying. I don't expect that unless we're married.
We don't even gotta be married. Like if we were dating for
We
a
do
while,
because you can't live with me if we're not married. I'm living by myself until the
There's
day
a
I
ring on my
say I
finger.
do. Until the day I say I do. And until the wedding day, I am living by myself.
but
What the
on that same
fuck do you
token,
need to live with me for?
I didn't let some girls live with me. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know how somebody is as soon as you start living with somebody.
That is
Outside,
true.
See,
You can spend multiple times on my crib. I can spend multiple times at yours. Absolutely. But to live with you, no. And the thing is, I feel like that piece of marriage is vital to learn how to live with
see,
each other.
see,
To
and
learn how to tolerate each other.
I've cohabitated with somebody, and when I tell y'all it's hard, oh, it's hard. It is. That's some stuff that'll really test y'all relationship. I promise you,
It is.
because you come home, dishes aren't done. You've been at work all day. You trying to figure out WTF done happened that the dishes ain't done. You trying to figure out how A, B, and C didn't happen, but D, E, F, G all the way through Z ain't gotten taken care of.
Okay, so
That I don't know that when I'm married I want to live with somebody. Let's have our own houses, and I can see you when I want to see you, and be gone when, or we need to have two sides of the same house, because I it's hard.
And
That's a
and
different level.
the person I am, that's why marriage is not of a vital importance to me at this time of my life, especially because the type of person I am, no matter how much I want to be around you and spend time with you, no matter how much I fall in love with you, anything like that, I'm gonna want to be left the fuck alone. Period. Like
Marriage.
there's gonna be times where I just don't want to be bothered with the smell of you at all. Not for any reason. Not, you didn't do anything to me, no particular. Just the type of person I am. If I don't get personal peace and solitude, I'm gonna snap and go crazy. I'm gonna snap and go crazy. So we have to be able to have that common ground where we can be in the same house, but this is me. This is my section. This is my area. This is my little woman cave, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, but there are gonna be those times.
and I think that's with anybody because I'm the same way. Like, cause I done been in a relationship where we live together, but also I need me a 2-bedroom because I need my space. I need somewhere if I need to play video games. If I'm like, I just need my space where you do you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna be in this little area over here. Not that I just don't want to be bothered. I just want I gotta clear my head.
I honestly, when I do get married, I expect my man to have a man cave. I expect you to have a place that I am not allowed
To get the
in
fuck
unless
out of
you
my
want
face.
me there to do you, whatever that is. Whatever it is, as long as it ain't no cheating, I'll tear the house down. But you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
left eye, baby.
Your own space to do whether that's play video games, watch a movie, watch TV. I expect that because I promise you, my place is the bedroom, and I suggest you move. I expect you move until I'm done.
So I just want to piggyback off of what Kimmy asked or said. All right, she said she come home, she got off of work, come home, dishes ain't done, right? But what if this man is like I said? Because I'm the type of man. Like I said, at the end of the day, my job is to wake up, go to work, come home, pay the bills. So if you're working by choice, like I said, I'm not expecting for you to pay no bills. I'm not expecting you to do anything. But if you come home, the dishes not made are done, and because I worked all day and whatever, like that's like a problem right there, you know?
See, and that's not my. Okay, I guess I'm speaking from a personal situation, and so that was why.
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a man, but you mad because the dishes ain't done.
See, and in that scenario, no. Okay, I get it. We're both busy. We'll hire it. A maid, somebody else could do that. My whole thing was that's not the scenario I was referring to, and I guess I should have made that clear. But I'm talking about when you're the one, when the women are the ones doing everything and providing, and my girls know what I'm talking about because they know the situation a little bit that I'm referring to. But it's like then you come home and stuff's not done, and it's like I did not just go to school for 8 hours to then work an 8 hour shift to come home and have to clean so that I can cook.
Period. And that's the thing. That's the thing, with a man, so referring it to, with a man being a breadwinner or not, if I'm cooking dinner, I shouldn't have to do the dishes, or if I am, I shouldn't have to do them by myself. I don't care what the domestic chore is. There's no reason why I should ever have to do them by myself all of the time. The thing is, if you are the breadwinner and you're working and you're going to work on time, I understand that you're tired, so you can guarantee if I'm at home all the time, then that shit's gonna get done, because there's no reason why if I'm at home, then that shit's not gonna be done. But if I'm also not at home all the time, what'd you say?
The time, like if we both at work, like growing up, usually I don't know if y'all got yelled at for kitchen dirty. There be plates in the kitchen. Your mom's like, why is the kitchen? I'm that way now, and I'm like, I hate waking up to dishes in the sink. If we
See,
both all day, why is the kitchen dirty in the first place?
see, and I guess like my thing is as a woman, as a man, you'll never be able to do as much as we do because you can never bear children and have to deal with that and going to work.
And
so
men cannot multitask.
Yep. And so if I'm going to work, even if we're both going to work every day, I still got a full-time job to come home to.
As a father, I feel like
men can't multitask. Let me address that real quick. Men cannot multitask. The thing is, the way our brain works, you have to complete a task before you can fully move on to a next one.
That's why y'all can only respond to one side of the
done. Exactly. You have to do something in its full entirety before you can move on to the next thing. While women, we cook, clean, and take care of kids, help with homework, do all of these things all simultaneously at the exact same time. Why men can't function like that? Your brain capacity doesn't have it for you to do it as a man. So you have to complete one full task, or if you are multitasking, you're gonna fuck up in some area. And something that you're multitasking, you're going to fuck up.
Is that like a fact?
Yes, men cannot multitask. I have never met a man who has been able to multitask and fully function and complete without completing one full task and successfully moving on to the next one without messing up.
How I was raised is you work in sec, you complete what you do thing and you move on to the other. I will agree with you. I can multitask. But I also know that, again, just being an active father in my kid's life is not just the mother's responsibility to take care of, the child. I just feel like that's something that's who you pick your partner with. You know what I'm saying? If the baby daddy is okay with you being the full-time mom, I think that's a problem, because I would never expect for my baby mom to be the person who's raising my child, teaching my child. I want to be active in every aspect of his life.
And I get that, Devin. But not all men are like that, and majority of men are not going to be like that. That's going to be the issue right there. We're not talking about the 1%. We're talking about the
The
99.
1%.
You
Dang.
know, and I wouldn't say 1%, but I would say maybe 5. You know, it's about a good 5% who truly, you know, would sacrifice anything to make sure that their kids
I
don't
would
go
say
without.
a lot of men that are active, like the same mentality. And I'm not gonna hang. If I don't want to be a homie, your homeboy, none of that. You're not an active father in your child's life.
See, with like situations, but and you know, I'm gonna bring this question up as we kind of shift into talking about it. But like with the baby mom, baby dad thing, it's hard when to truly be an active parent when you're absent part of the time.
Yep.
Because no matter how much you are in your child's life, there's gonna be moments you're missing out on because you're a baby mom, you're a baby dad. There's gonna be moments that when your child is with the baby dad, as a baby mom, you're never gonna get to experience those same experiences. As a baby
Yep.
dad, when the child is with the baby mom, you'll never get to experience those experiences. So no matter what, there's still good levels of being absent you have to go through. And then when it gets to levels of having to be taken to court, now the
And
court has to say so in how you would be a parent, how active you get to be in your child's life.
I agree with you 100%. And I go back to what I, at the beginning is picking and choosing who you're laying down and having sex with. If we can't communicate and take care of this child, because like before me and my baby mom fell off in April, and literally like my son, he just turned 3, so we were just co-parenting at his finest. You know, whenever there's events, like we FaceTime each other, like was always active in his life. Whether he was with me, he was with her. For
But
school,
how active is really being there through
it's just
FaceTime? You don't
it's
get
not.
to experience the same emotions. That's like you're a virtual parent. And not
But
to throw shade or anything, but it's not the same as being able to physically
it's
be
not.
there for your child.
That's why it's not the same. But that's again going back to not just not. I said even like my work schedule. Like when I was in Arizona, my work schedule. There's a certain time I need to be there for my child when he going to bed, when he's waking up. So I'm not working anytime before that, or anytime after he go to bed. Like once he's in bed, I want him to know that I was there when he went to sleep, and I'm there when he wakes up. Started thinking like that when my daughter passed away. I don't want my child to ever go to sleep and not wake up, and I wasn't around. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But on that same token, is like obviously, like I said, I gotta be at work. So yeah, you are right. There are some times where there are moments I miss out, but we're
See, and I don't think work counts as
No.
towards absent because that's when you're working
Providing.
to make money, you're providing for your child.
yeah.
So that
That's
doesn't
it's
count.
like
I'm talking
so
about the things, the things and the emotions that you can't get back from big moments. When you
right.
and your part or your baby's mother, father are separated, there's things you're gonna miss. You might miss the first word. You might miss the first steps. You might miss those first encounters. And you have first encounters your entire life. You never stop having a first encounter. So
Especially we
not
have
being
kids.
able to have that connectiveness, you miss certain things that you'll never be able to get back as being just a baby mom or just a baby dad.
And there's moments that I don't miss out of my child's life. I both out of my daughter's life, in my son's life. That shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I wish I could have been there. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. Not taking anything what you're saying. I agree with you 100%. But that's also again how y'all say y'all go through y'all questionnaire before you give it to your sex partner. Not every in a
You're
like
breaking
situation like my situation where I'm breaking up.
up. Mm-hmm.
All right, it's like you end up with situations like me where At first, we was cool. We was cool before we have a child. We was like best friend for like 5 years. Kid you not. We just had sex, and it was like one of those situations where it was like, all right,
That's why you
we
don't have
wasn't
sex
supposed to
with
be
your
having
friends.
sex.
That is why you do not have sex with your friends. You have to set boundaries. You
It
have
was
to
it was, it was
you have to. That is how we shift from a baby mama, baby daddy era. That's how we
Yep.
shift
we,
from that. You have
but
to set boundary with your friends.
Not only that, G, but the other way
we
we
wasn't
shift
friends.
from this baby,
Like,
You're breaking up, Devin.
hold on one second.
the other way that
It
we
might turn.
shift from the baby mama, baby daddy era is by realizing before it gets to that point how toxic somebody is. You need to address childhood traumas with each other, with yourselves. We need to go to therapy. We need to get real with ourselves and be like, wow, I'm really not shit in this way. You need to have real conversations with yourself because sometimes you are not parent material when you
Period.
become a parent because
Period.
you did not
Sometimes
take
you
the
are not
time
parent material.
because you did not take the time to get to know yourself. You did not take the time to figure out what triggers the other person. And now y'all are sitting in an empty house looking at each other like, wow, how did we get here? Because y'all did not take the time. I'm not saying don't have sex with them. Fuck they brains.
And that's deep.
Hey,
That's deep though, because like with my mom and dad, they got together in the midst of their childhood traumas. They were 12 and 13 when they got together, so they got together in the midst of their childhood traumas, and they experienced and went through all of that together. And it's still ended up being a disconnect somewhere. That's where the divorce came in. So it's like there's certain things that you cannot predict, of course. Of course, there's certain things you cannot predict, but when you are able to start fresh with somebody, you have to you have to address your baggage. You have to be able to unpack that, and not when just dealing with somebody, but you have to be able to still look at yourself in the mirror and unpack your baggage, and deal with it, deal with your own baggage, so that way you may be able to help somebody else deal with their baggage.
And it's hard because you don't want to look yourself in the face and tell yourself, wow, I'm a fucked up person. You don't want to do it. It
That's
is
so true.
hard. It is uncomfortable. But growth does not happen without discomfort.
It doesn't, and you have to have a circle of people who are around you that are
Willing
real
to call you
enough
on your
with you,
bullshit.
that will call you on your bullshit. Period. You have to have people that are real enough with you to call you. Man, we done had so many sister circles where it's like, yeah, bitch, and you're tripping. You're definitely tripping. You feel me? Like, and as within those friend groups, when having that support system, you have to, sometimes, it's the times where your people is gonna be with you on your bullshit. Like, okay, you feel me? I can entertain that, but then there's gonna be times where it's like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, I'm not even gonna let you do that to yourself, because what? No, I'm not gonna let you go out bad like that. I ain't. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna
Because
do it.
you gotta, I think this is the other thing is you need to be around people who know you and your baby dad or you and your significant other well enough to call y'all on y'all's bullshit. Hey,
Yes.
bro,
Yeah.
y'all tripping.
I,
Y'all on some whole
Y'all
different
are
shit right
tripping,
now.
period. And be somebody people who are able to, and that's why families are important. I don't want to be with somebody whose family don't like me, because if we're around your family and they already don't like me, then they're gonna pick up on us not vibing, and they're gonna be cool with that shit. I need for it to be where your mom fuck with me so heavy that if we're fighting at home and we come to her crib to pretend like everything is cool,
Yep.
she pull me to the side and be like, so what's going on with y'all?
Or even the
Yep.
both of y'all. Even pull both of
Or
y'all.
pull both of us to the
Yep.
side. So pull both of us to the side so I can tell that there's what's going on. Tension. Y'all, we need to talk. We need to you feel me? Like, you have to have that bond and that connectivity.
I
And
too.
go ahead.
I have one person, like, because not everybody in my family is up there like that. So I don't go to my family when I'm having issues with my baby mom, or I keep a lot of stuff to myself. The only person I do talk And she'll call me out on my bullshit. She'll be like, bro, you
But
need
if you keep everything to yourself, Devin, who's gonna call you out and hold you accountable?
me.
No, because
No,
you're not able
no,
to be
because
real
you're
with
gonna
yourself in
match
every
it.
situation.
No.
You're not able
Nope,
to
you're
be
not going to be
unbiased.
fully real with yourself. You have to have an unbiased party who's going to help you see the things that you do not see. You're not going to be able to see everything that you're doing that is wrong. You may think you're doing something that you think you're doing it right, but it's wrong. You have to understand
Yep.
everybody is the villain in somebody else's story, and people have to point that out for you when you're the villain in theirs.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I
And it's hard understanding what's really going on in the picture when you're inside the picture. If you're inside a painting, you cannot see the whole picture.
You
but
can't
I
see
You
the
need
whole
somebody who
picture.
can see the whole
if y'all
picture.
sitting down and talking, and I get okay, if you can sit there and tell me we in a relationship, whatever. Like I said, I do go to my sisters, like, and she'll tell me, like, Debbie, you know what I'm saying? It's you. I'm like, all right, I'll go back, analyze myself, analyze the situation, and then if I agree, then I agree. But then there's some times where there's some shit where I stand my ground, and I feel like if you want some bullshit, you want some bullshit. But that goes back to the conversation where we sat down and talked. You know what I like, you know what I don't like. But you doing shit that I don't like, and now I'm wrong because I reacted.
Well, this
No,
is the thing. This is the thing.
Oh, she's
As much as we sit here and say we can self-evaluate, we truly cannot. Now, there's different types of self-evaluations, and let me explain. Let me dig into that a little further. There's a personal self-evaluation, as in, let me sit down, lay out what I've seen, as in whether that's a change in what I've been saying, doing, acting. That's a self-evaluation of personal life. There's a self-evaluation that involves other parties. As much as you can sit here and claim that you are self-evaluating yourself, okay, there I'll give you credit where it's due and say, like, maybe I really shouldn't have said that. But just because you shouldn't have said something doesn't mean
you won't say it again.
Exactly. 100%. And when you have that unbiased party, you have that unbiased party tell you. They go deeper into it. Now tell me, why did you say that?
And
yep.
that's
You've
why
been
you have to
feeling
have
this
more
way
than
for a
one
while
person
now.
to confide in. You have to have more than one person to confide in. And the thing is people are gonna be able to give it to you from different perspectives. You have to have men that you are comfortable with going to. You have to have women that you are comfortable with going to, because men are gonna give you a
But
different
again,
logical explanation of how to look at things, where women are gonna give you that
Agree with
emotional
you.
feel. You
And
feel
not
me?
just and not just having different men
I
and
grew up with a
women,
lot of trauma,
also having different
so
ages.
I don't want to go. I don't. I just me personally, I just feel like the people in my life aren't people I want to go to. Unless I have
So
one
then you
good
change
Then
person.
the
you need to
people in
change
your
the people
life.
in your life.
You have
People
the
I
That
raised
power
with,
you have
to
the
I just
choice.
control
can't
who is in your
Choice.
life.
go. Like,
You
I can't
you
call
have
my
the power
dad.
to
He wasn't
control who is
like,
in your
why
life.
I call him,
And
You're
don't
breaking up.
say that
you
just
know
because
what
somebody's
I'm saying?
family, you're not willing to cut them off. Because I'll cut off anybody about anything. If it
Period.
interrupts my
Whatever
peace
it
of mind,
is.
they got
Can
to
y'all
go,
hear
baby.
me?
You cannot be here.
Try to talk now, Devin.
All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I said, like, say for instance, like the men in my life, I didn't grow. I grew up with women, literally all women. My dad wasn't around. The men, my
Okay,
uncle.
so listen, because before you get into all that, just listen, because this is going to sum up whatever it is that you're going to say. You have the power to change the people in your life. You do not have to confide in family. You do not have to go to family. You have to be able to build your own. When they say blood is thicker than water, it's not about the people you were born into, but it's about the people that you the people that you choose to have around,
Yep.
the bonds
Also,
and the energies that you connect with that make you feel alive and comfortable and respected. You have the
also,
power to change that.
Also, more than that, G, it's about you. If there are people in your life you don't feel comfortable going to, it's probably because of some childhood trauma, which means you have not addressed your childhood traumas. You need to be able to address your childhood traumas and then make a decision on if you want those people in your life or not.
Period. And that's real. And that is the real thing. You have to be able to address those childhood traumas. And after that, after addressing that, just make that decision. Is this somebody I want in my life, or is this somebody I don't want in my life? Period. The thing is, you can accept people for who they are and not fuck with them. Love them dearly and have nothing to do with them because of the people that they are. You can't change people.
That's the one, G.
Period. You cannot change people, but you can change the people around you.
Yep.
I agree.
And all you
100%.
can do is change how you react. And I'm saying this because I'm saying it to myself as it's something I'm still processing.
Yes, ma'am.
Wholeheartedly. I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay. But what I've realized is I have the power to cut people out of my life in a split second. And when I say a split second, I mean faster than Speedy Gonzalez in the fucking Space Jam. I mean, I have the power to do it instantaneously. It's as simple as blocking a phone number.
Blocking the
Changing the
social
phone
media
number.
account.
It's so simple. But people are like, oh, well, that's family. I can't. Yes, you can.
People make excuses. You can't keep making excuses for the toxic things in your life you continue to talk about and ask for God to get rid of.
Nope. You have to change it. Yeah, faith without works is dead. You have to change
Period.
it. You have to. So
I have prayed to God multiple times to remove toxicity in my life, and I start seeing people acting different. And I'm over here like, what's going on? I had to remember, I said, oh, they always say be careful what you pray for.
Promise you.
It's not hard.
Also, understand that when you pray about something, God's gonna show you the truth, whether you like it or not. So understand that if you are not willing and ready to accept the reality of whatever it is you're praying about, don't ask questions you're not ready for the answers to. Don't do it, and don't go looking for answers because you're gonna find them every
time.
Okay, so
we got.
What? Okay, so Camilla, since I got you spotlighted. This question here: what are some ways we can desexualize the Black community?
First and foremost, we need to normalize young Black girls being able to be young Black girls without being over-sexualized. It starts with young Black girls, and then parents tell young Black girls, oh, well, you can't wear that. No, you need to correct the people that you're scared of her wearing it around. It's not her problem that adults don't know how to be adults and be protectors. And no, and I'm passionate about this one because this one hits home. It's not about your kid. It's about correcting the adults in their life that you're scared of them being around.
Period. I can't wait to circle back on that. Monty?
Honestly, I'm gonna just have to piggyback off of Camille with this one. I definitely feel like she hit home. The type of family I have, we grew up that way about not wearing certain things around men and shit like that. And I mean, I get it 100% because you don't want your child in that situation, but once again, there's just a limit. I get you want to protect your child, but like you said, if you fear somebody who you welcome into your household doing something to your child, then maybe you shouldn't invite them into your household.
Period.
Thank God that none of my family has been through that, but being someone who was raised that way, but also seeing the different perspective of life as I've gotten older, I've seen it from both sides. So I speak from experience, but also speak from how I viewed things or how things were shown to me. You know what I mean? Like we had this conversation. I told you, That's the way I grew up. I wasn't able to wear the shortest shorts. I wasn't able to wear tank tops, crop tops, in certain situations. Respectful, I get it. That was just how my mom was, and I knew my mom would kill anybody for me. It didn't matter. But also now that I'm older, I realize it ain't got nothing to do. It's nothing to do with me. It's who the people are. My mom took the extra step to make sure I'm safe, but she should have never had to take that step regardless.
Exactly. Should have never had to. Oh, I can't wait to double back on that. Devin?
I'm a definitely agree with both of y'all. On that same token, not everybody shows who they are. So I do, on certain extent, I do believe in, like, for one, like I said, I agree. If I don't trust you, if I can't trust you, well, I'm not gonna have you around my kids. But on that same token is, not everybody wears their true colors. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It could be the most innocent person, and you don't even know what they mentality looking like or what they thinking.
Whole thing though, there's gonna be a sign somewhere along the way. I promise.
But we don't always catch that sign. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's not the case.
But kids do, and kids are vocal.
Observant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And kids are very vocal.
Kids are going to tell you immediately, I'm not comfortable around so-and-so. I don't
Why
want
does such and such come around? Why do we always have to go? Why do we always have to go there? The thing is, you have to be a parent that your child is comfortable talking to. So oftentimes in the Black community, children are afraid of talking to their parents because of the response that the parents give. And that is something that has to shift and change inside of the Black community. As parents, you have to be more attentive and listen more. Be more compassionate. You feel me? Because kids will tell you, but if they fear your response, they won't. It's not that they really fear the person that's harming them. It's that they fear the parent's response. You have to get to have that level of trust with your child that they will tell you, and they know that you're going to have their back.
And I agree with
that you're not going to dismiss them.
And I agree with that 100% because I promise you on everything I love, from the day I was born out of my mother's womb to today and throughout my entire life, my mom has repeated several occasions, situations, the daily affirmations. If something happens, you can come to me. And ever since my mom has told me that my entire life, I have not been afraid to tell her things. Has it taken time? Yes. But eventually, I will go tell my mom. Especially when I was younger, I had no issue running to my mom. I told her myself. If I knew I did something I wasn't supposed to do, I was a snitch on myself. My mom created that space very, very early that I could tell her any damn thing in the world and it wouldn't matter because she'd have my back regardless.
And I agree with that 100%. But we talking about not having to or take away the people we're around. There'd be little babies that can talk, that can communicate, like, hey, Dad, I don't trust this person. Hey, Mom, I don't trust this person.
You can't be like the thing. That's the problem. That is a problem right there. You should never have your children around people if they cannot communicate back to you what the fuck is going on. If your child is not old enough to communicate back with you, they don't need to be alone with anybody. I don't care who it is. I don't care who.
It could be a daycare. It could be a daycare. If your kid is not old,
your kid at daycare and you don't know what's going on at daycare. It's like you don't know. There's never a moment as a parent that you know what's going on with your child at every given moment.
Can I say something? On that? Can I say something on that, please? Because I have personally experienced this and watched this with my own eyes. My cousin, my dog, my road dog, she has a son. Her son went to daycare and she has seen multiple signs. The first sign she seen was Jordan came home with bruises that she know weren't there when he left. That was her first sign. Instantly took him to another daycare. That second daycare, Jordan had no physical harm or anything like that. But one day, out of the blue, running errands, they were driving by that daycare. Jordan started hollering in that car, going crazy, crying, "Mommy, no, mommy, no." She knew it doesn't always have to be a vocal or a "hey mom, I don't like this place" to know that your child is being harmed, hurt, or endangered. It does not matter. Those simple
But
signs
psychologically, they're gonna show it.
is enough.
Parents don't pay enough attention. And not
Exactly.
only do parents
Psychologically, kids are gonna show it. They don't know how else to communicate but through actions. You feel me? That's why when babies are babies, they cry. That's the only way they know how to communicate. I need my diaper changed. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. I'm in pain. The only way they know how to communicate is to cry. The older they get, that's why we talk to them and teach them vocabulary and the language, whatever your language is, English, Spanish, Asian, Japanese, whatever the fuck your language is, you talk to your child so that they can be familiar with it and learn to speak that language and communicate back with you how emotions work. You have to start talking about emotions and feelings with children from birth, pretty much. The way you feel, what is wrong with you? Tell me what is wrong. How do you feel? You have to be very attentive to your child. They are going to, in some way, shape, or form, explain to you how they feel about something. Like that hollering when the baby sees the school. That's a problem. If you take your child somewhere and they're resilient on going and they do not want to go, there's a problem going on. You need to take note of that. And I understand as a parent, it is hard for you to stop doing what you have to do as a parent to tend to your child. But sometimes you have to say, fuck it. Fuck the job. Fuck whatever it is and tend to your child, because God is going to bless you for tending to his child. That is his child.
Always pick your child over anything. But all I'm not saying token is just because there's been times where I drop my son off with, or say for my daughter, for instance, I dropped her off at her mom's house, and she crying because I'm leaving. It's not that her mother's doing anything wrong.
That's a different situation, though.
That's a very different situation, because that with children with parents, you feel me? She's just that is to her. She's gonna have what is it called? It's like abandonment issues, but not abandonment issues. Y'all not being together is trauma for her. That is traumatic for a child. So they do cry when they have to leave one parent and go back to the other parent, because they, in their mind, they don't know when they're gonna see you again.
Yeah, but even
so that's a very, very, very different situation.
But he's just like, he's so used to being with me or his mother. It's like, no, he doesn't want to go. I don't. And they have cameras. They send pictures. Like I could tune in on literally. I can watch him on my phone.
Have you gone, like, when your children go to daycare? Do you sit with them for a periodic amount of time before you just leave?
I do every time, because like I said, I lost my daughter. And I would never give my son the opportunity to know that I wasn't there at any given, whether there is some trauma going on at day. I want him to know. I'm going to sit down with him. Hey, son, have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll see you.
The thing is, what you have to understand is that your child is going through trauma at home. And it's something that they cannot communicate. Y'all not being together is traumatic.
It was before the community, like, so we just fell off. So like literally, like, and we made it to the point where we both would go drop them off. If she had work,
let me ask you something. Your daughter and your son, how far apart would they have been?
You said what?
Your daughter and your son, how far apart would they have been?
Literally like a year, and not even like a year, like probably like 8 months. Literally.
Was your daughter's mother your son's mother?
No.
So here it is. Here it is. You said what your son was an accident. That's traumatic. You're with somebody that you didn't want to have a baby by. Children pick up on that energy from the womb.
I gotta go back to work. I gotta go back to work. But no, okay. At the beginning, I said, when she told me she was pregnant, my whole world was like, what the fuck?
Hers probably was too. And whatever she was feeling about you, the baby picked up on that energy. That's the thing about pregnancy.
Also, wait. Before anybody else say anything,
the way you treat a girl, the way you treat your baby mom or your girlfriend, your fiance, whatever she is, while she's pregnant, will set the tone for the rest of the relationship. I don't give a shit, damn, or fuck what anybody got to say.
Well, I'm minding that because, like, whether she, like, say, when she told me she was pregnant, I said, I was, in that moment, I knew I had to step up regardless. I'm not going to be no deadbeat. I'm either you not, I went through the doctor's appointments. I went through all that with her. You know what I'm saying?
It's not about stepping up for the baby. It's about stepping up for her. Because the baby felt
I was there for her, literally. I put her in. I was there for her. Like I said, we didn't, like, we was, even then when she was pregnant, we were still cool. Like, yeah, we was like, we had our doubts. We like, dang, like, we about to have a baby. What do we do? We had that conversation. Like, do we have an abortion? I was like, I'm not, like, whatever decision you make is that's your decision. I don't want it. I'm gonna be there for you whether you keep it or not, you know. But I'm still, if you have an abortion, I'm gonna be there for you. But I'd rather you keep it because that's what something we created. But if you go have an abortion, I don't want it, but it's your decision. So I was there for her 100%.
Right there though, Devin. Right there, you saying I don't want it, but the butt negates.
No, I didn't want her to have an abortion. No, I didn't want her to have an abortion. So whether I said it was still her decision because it's her body. I get, you know, so you don't go have an abortion.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when you use the word but, it negates everything you say before that.
Oh, you reading my mind. No.
Okay, like, I didn't want her to have an abortion.
It's the but, you know, it's like, but whatever you choose, there should be no but. No, I don't want you to have an abortion. I do not want you to have, there's no but to that, because whatever you say before but, it doesn't matter. It's the after the but. So after the but, what you're saying is, if you have an abortion, you have an abortion. If you don't, you don't. That's her mind. That's the thing, though. Men's problem. You guys do not take the time to really understand how women's mind works. We are the most complicated creatures on earth. The most complicated.
Don't come to me and say, I want to have an abortion. And then when I say, I don't want you to, then, well, it's my body. Okay. So then when I don't support you on that, then I'm like, I'm forcing you to have a kid. So no, I'm going to support whatever decision you make. I'm gonna support it,
but I don't want. In situations like yours, because accident babies suck.
Let me take care of it.
It definitely sucks in situations like yours, which I know a lot of them. It sucks in situations like yours because accident babies do suck. You end up having a baby by somebody you do not want to be in a relationship with, and honestly, it does suck. But that's the cards you were dealt, and now you have to figure out how to deal with it. You have to figure out that it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's going to suck. It's not going to be fair. You're going to have hard times. And the thing is, what you have to understand is that no matter how active of a parent you are, your child is still going to have some traumas. Period. He's going to have daddy issues. He's going to have mommy issues. There's going to be those problems because there was never a strong union between you and the mom that solidified a possible marriage. Y'all were friends, and it was an accident. Anytime it's an accident, baby, there's too much. That's a baggage alone. You should want to have a baby. If your feeling isn't excitement to be pregnant by the person you got pregnant by, or to hear that you got somebody pregnant, if you're not feeling excited in that moment, you can guarantee there's going to be problems from there on out. You can guarantee there's going to be problems.
But my issue was not being financially stable to be able to take care of a child.
But you have to get over it. You have to get over that. So I'm gonna tap into these comments. We have this girl Ariel Jones who tapped in, and she has said, a lot of parents feel that children should be seen and not heard, which is true, which is something that we have to change in the Black community. Miss Ariel Jones.
Addressing what Devin just said, when he said I was not financially stable, then you weren't financially stable enough to be fucking bitches raw.
And
period.
Right, but
period. So now you have to deal with that. You can't complain about it. You can't double back on it. You can't what if. You can't shoulda, coulda, woulda. Now you just have to deal with those consequences and in the best way possible. Does it suck? Yes. Is it a lot of ins and outs? Yes.
look, I said, yeah, my mentality was like, no, and I said, I have money, but the fact that I was already taking care of a child, it was like, not again. I know where
That's
I was,
your fault. That
you're
is
right, but
literally.
again, hold on, let me finish. At the end of the day, yeah, these are my thoughts, but I also knew at the end of the day, I still had to take care of my responsibility, regardless of the thoughts I had. Yeah, I had thoughts like, damn, I'm not ready for another child. I'm not ready. I got shit. I
Then
want
you
to buy a
shouldn't
house,
be doing it.
but I'm still doing it. You know what I'm saying? But
What
again,
I'm
not
saying
every,
is,
Okay, hold on, pause, because this
hold on.
is not the Devin
Every,
show, and we not gonna get
this is the
into all
problem.
your baby mama, baby daddy drama. But what the thing is, the thing is that when you get into my bad, come here. When your cards are dealt, you have to deal with it. What you and your baby mom have to do is really sit down and ask each other, do you like me? Do you like me? And have that conversation. No, don't respond. Do you like me? Do you like me? Sit and have that conversation. Do you like who I
You
am
already
as
had
a person? Period. That's what that is. Because at the
asking
end of
about.
the day, y'all shouldn't have been fucking. That's what that is, and you can't get past that, but you can't double back. Now you just have to deal with what is coming after that. Y'all shouldn't have been, y'all shouldn't, that's your reality. You and your baby mom should not have been fucking.
I'm not just things come along like things like I said. It could be a perfect picture. Like not everything is done. You can sit there and plan your husband, plan your wife. It's not gonna be like you plan it every single time. And I'm
Shit, I
not just
ain't
talking,
planning no husband.
but as like
we never said. I don't think what we're saying is that you should have planned. What we're saying is
no,
you knew
I'm
you did
not
not
just
want
talking about
another kid, so therefore you should not have been having sex. That's what we're
Raw.
saying. Period.
That's the
Point blank.
thing. You were having raw sex. That's a problem. Like we're
how
so
y'all
comfortable with sex is
talk.
that because it was
Hold
somebody you
on.
trusted. It was so what the condom broke.
It was raw. I never said that. We
So the
actually
condom
did
broke.
work 100% of the time.
Did the condom break?
Did the condom break?
There was a whole week later. She came to me. I ain't had my
Did
period.
the condom break? Answer the question. Did the condom break?
No, the condom. I said I don't know what happened.
Why didn't the condom break? If you wasn't fucking raw and she ended up pregnant, the condom should have broke.
Like I said, I don't know. But like, there's holes in condoms. What you mean? Like y'all ain't have,
What you mean? There's holes in.
you don't
Who fucks
So,
people?
never know
so,
Where at
so,
12?
so.
when you were drunk on
Oh wow, we just lost him. Maybe that was God. What the
Question, Miss G.
which is so crazy because we definitely ran over on time, but man. He needs therapy. We're gonna talk to Devin because Devin definitely needs somebody to talk to for sure. And Devin, when you see this, you feel me? I am saying this on here. But it's just when you get the cards that you deal with, you gotta deal with them. You gotta deal with them. Period. At the end of the day. And when it comes to sex in the Black community, it definitely starts with little Black girls. It starts with the way we train up little Black girls versus little Black boys. You can't
Or even little Black girls versus little white girls.
and little Black girls versus little white girls. A lot of what's wrong in society is centered around the way Black women are treated, and it starts with us at a young age. And the thing is, with kind of just doubling back to what Monty and Camille was saying earlier, you have to get rid of the people that you're afraid of your children not being able to be comfortable around. And the thing is, though, we always want to recognize the monstrous mentality in men, but ignore it in women. Why as a little girl I can't walk around in just my sports bra and some shorts, but my brother can walk around in his boxers
Shirtless.
and shirt?
Shirtless.
Why is that girl?
That's the problem. That's a problem within itself. Those are the things we need to address.
Yep. And why as a little girl could I not go to parties? Not like little, but like I'm saying, why as a girl,
middle school, high school, when parties start,
years old, I had to be home, but my brother was sneaking bitches in through his window.
What? My brother was shooting up parties, and I can't go to a party? What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on, wait, because you slid past that.
I'm serious. I am serious. I am so serious. Like, so you mean to tell me I can't go, but this nigga's out here doing this? Like, what? It makes no sense to me, you know? So the stigma around the way black girls are raised versus black boys is different. But I heard this TikTok lady, she said, I'm supposed to teach my daughter, I'm supposed to teach my daughter how to be a woman. It's not my responsibility to teach her how to love. That's her father's responsibility. And as a mother, I'm supposed to teach my son how to love. I can't teach him how to be a man. That's his father's responsibility. And that's what we're lacking in the black community. That is what we are lacking in the black community. Two parents giving to their children what needs to be gave. Even black mothers,
I was just gonna say, even if it's not a 2-parent household, understanding that there needs to be a healthy co-parent relationship, you should never ever let words of anything except encouragement come out of your mouth about your baby mama or your baby dad, because your kid gonna hear it and they internalize it, right?
Exactly.
And like whole time, going back to what you said, it is a man's job to teach his daughter how to love and how to be loved, and vice versa. It is a woman's job to teach her son. And this is the thing. So many young black girls have daddy issues because they were our first heartbreak.
They were our first heartbreak
ever got to.
Period. And the thing is, I had never even thought about it before like that until I heard the lady say that on TikTok. You feel me? And the thing is, my mom, she did her motherfucking job. She did her job, and over abundantly she did her job. One thing I know for sure how to do is be a woman.
Okay.
I know that much, you feel me? And she's still teaching me continuously every single day as she's growing. So one thing for sure that I know I will not fail at is being a woman, but I suck at love because my dad was my first heartbreak before any dude ever had the opportunity to break my heart. My dad said, give it here, took it, crushed it, stomped on it.
Okay.
Went around a little bit.
Okay, and
left it back up and tossed it.
And left me to clean up the mess.
Left my mom to clean up the mess when that's not her job.
Okay.
So when it comes to when it comes to relationships, right? That's why I need to pace myself. So let me tap into these comments with Ariel Jones. She said, yes.
My family hated my dad, and I hated him in return. It took me 15 years to find forgiveness for myself and for him. And that's the whole thing. The way that your family, never, on my mama, on Jesus, Monte Christ, can't nobody in the world ever talk down on neither one of my baby daddies. Neither one of them. And my kids ain't even here.
Period.
Can't nobody. I don't give a shit, damn, or fuck, you can't talk down on my baby dads.
Me and Monty was just talking about this earlier, the type of hurt that I've experienced, especially coming from a father. I'm going to do everything in my power, in my physical capacity, to make sure my children don't experience that same thing. I know at the end of the day, it's all up to God and in his hands, but I'm going to do my part to make sure that the traumas that I experience, my children don't experience the same ones. Are they going to experience trauma? Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure of it, probably, because that's what life is about. Going through shit and experiencing and being able to get over it. But I'd be damned if it's the same shit I went through.
Okay. And look,
have your own trauma.
Look, and this is the thing. So I think the other is the way we desexualize Black communities is by listening to stories from young Black girls. So for example, I recently found out my sister is not paying attention to signs she needs to be paying attention to, knowing what happened to me. You're not paying attention. Parents do not pay enough attention. And nobody wants to talk about that. Yes, they did their job, but you did not pay attention when your child needed it. When your child's grandparents was giving them $3,000 gifts when they were in elementary school, when they were spending more time with your daughter than your sons, and you're trying to figure out, oh well, it's just because she's the only granddaughter. No, it's something's going on and you're not paying attention.
Going on. What's up with it? What's up with it? That's what we have to talk about. We have to be open and vocal about, the trauma. We need for our elders to be open and vocal with us. We not our parents, not our kids, not the first generation to experience family traumatic pain.
Right.
It started way back with slavery when master was comfortably raping us. You feel me? So it started from way then, that things we not talking about. That's what we gotta. So why are we not sitting and talking with great grandma and asking her what happened? Grandma, why are you afraid to tell me what you went through during your childhood? Don't you think I should know that as a woman?
Right.
As a woman.
And then I think the other way we desexualize the Black community is we stop forcing young Black girls to get on birth control and the reason I say this, not to promote Black teenage parents, I'm saying because birth control was created to prevent Black women from procreating. I did not learn this till I was in college. I'd been on birth control for years because my mom said I needed to.
See, and the only reason I got on birth control is because physically couldn't control my menstrual cycle. It was way too out of control. When they calculated how many total days I missed of school, it almost equated a semester, a full semester, and they was like, that's unacceptable. You're missing way too much school because of your menstrual cycle. But it's just the things that we are uncomfortable with, we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's kind of funny. It's a little inside joke, me and Mani, you feel me? But there are certain times where you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And there are conversations that we have to have that make us uncomfortable. But if we don't have those conversations, we're never going to heal. We're never going to get better. We're never going to grow.
That's like what we were talking about earlier. Discomfort promotes growth. You will not grow if you are comfortable.
Exactly.
You can be.
But the thing is, pick and choose your battles wisely. You don't have to accept everything. And if something makes you uncomfortable, address that shit.
Man.
Address that. Don't just wallow in your uncomfort. Be vocal about it. It's okay to be uncomfortable sometimes, but be vocal about it. Don't be ashamed of being uncomfortable. Say something, because a closed mouth doesn't get fed, and if nobody knows you're uncomfortable, nobody's going to be able to help you. Period. Okay. No, at all. It's not going to happen. Okay, look, so y'all, we way over time, almost an hour. Y'all know I talked though, and I have some amazing guests that done talked. And obviously this is gonna have to be brought back for show because this was good. But that's what this podcast is about. I appreciate having Devin on here because that's what I want us to do. You have to have somebody who's gonna ask you those hard questions, those questions that you're not thinking about asking yourself. You have to have those unbiased opinions. You feel me? People who don't really know what you're going through and it's not that they agree, it's not that they disagree, it's just their view of what could be going on, what could not be going on. But you have to have somebody outside of yourself to talk to about these things. You can't heal yourself by yourself. You can't heal the community by yourself. And the goal is for us to heal ourselves individually and to heal the community, because if we don't heal the community, then our children are just going to grow up in brokenness. And the point is to make the world that we live in better for them at the end of the day. It's scary, but I mean, it's life and it's a journey, and you got to have tough skin because you got to be able to roll with them punches. Shit happens to everybody.
G.
Yes.
Real quick, I just want to touch on something you just said. You said if we don't fix our community, our children are going to grow the same brokenness that we did. I literally have been saying for the past month, Black parents pass down generational trauma and then are confused why we can't break generational curses.
Yes. Yes. And it's scary though, but once you realize it, that's when you start working on it. I know when my mom realized her role in our family's generational curses, it took nothing for her to get ready to change. And because I was older, I rocks with my mom because she's never ever left me. And so as she's making these changes, I'm making them with her. I had to realize that when my mom is gone, I'm the next matriarch of our family. After my mom, I am the next matriarch of our family. It is up to me to keep these motherfuckers in line. Okay, it is up to me to make sure that my family is properly groomed for the world that we live in. That's my role for this family, especially right now that I don't have children and I'm just being an asset to all the other ones. And I have to be making sure that I'm doing all the correct things to take on my family, and that's another thing with Black families. Learn your role. What is your role in the family? And not just your blood related family, but the family you create. The family you create on your own. What is your role in your family? And the family that I've created on my own, my role, depending on certain situations, I'm the petty one. I am the asshole, but I'm the realist. I'm the blunt one. I'm the one that's going to say it like it is and not have a damn about it at all. You feel me? And I'm going to make sure that we push through things together. What is your role? What is your role? I know that out of all my friends that I love dearly that have babies, my role right now in life is not a godmother. I couldn't be a godmother because I understand the responsibility of that role, and I would never take it lightly. So I can't. I'm an auntie and a drunk one at that. Okay? You hear me? I am an auntie and I'm a drunk auntie at that. So baby, don't ask me to do too much. I could probably only bring the drinks. That's all I can bring. I might bring a present. I'll bring a present too, but I'm definitely bringing the drinks. So, but you just have to learn your role, and we have to talk about these things, like, period. That's it. That's all. Let me. I definitely appreciate my guests. I appreciate Devin for coming on. You feel me? He is an absolutely amazing dude, and I would love to see me. I know a lot of fathers that try, but I also know a lot that don't. So I would just love to see more on the spectrum of the ones that really do want to be an asset to their children's lives. So definitely much love for Devin. Much love to my sis Amani. Oh my God.
I was gonna say, you don't know my name no more?
It's been a long day. I've been doing a lot of talking. Armani, y'all, she gonna beat me up for this. Armani, you feel me? Saka, that's what I call her, okay? I Saka to my sis, okay? She knows I love her. I'm gonna take that punch when she gives it to me, period. It is what it is. It's been a long day, guys. And then Camilla, you feel me? Much love to Camilla for hopping on here. It's always dope when you have new people tap into your life and have your back. This is what I mean when I say just vibes and energies. We ain't known each other not even a year yet, and I can already tell that our future together is bright and long. So you feel me? Much love. You feel me? In there. So it's definitely, hey, y'all don't leave out yet. I'm gonna do this close out and y'all just stay in, but I'm gonna exit y'all from the broadcast, okay?
All right, bet. Bye, guys.
Okay, boom. So y'all know the deal. Thank y'all for everybody who tuned in. I definitely went over an hour, but that's what cleansing is about. You can't really put a time limit on how to heal and how to cleanse. And sometimes you gotta get that shit out. We gotta get that shit out. So it is what it is, But y'all know the drill. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on all of our platforms. Make a Chess Move, Make a Culture Move, Virtual Artist Storytelling, which we will be back coming in the fall. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with that. Pushing pawns have been a little hold on that, but you feel me? Y'all know we push the pawns all the time. Okay. Check us out on the website at makeachessmove.org. Scroll down to the bottom. hit a donation. You feel me? Donate for the kids. That's what we're here for. We're all about making sure that what we do empowers the next generation. Subscribe to our YouTube at Macam303 and hit us up on all of our social medias: Facebook, Insta, Twitter, Pinterest at Macam303. And then y'all know the deal with me. Insta at Gems for Queens, which I am changing my branding to G's Way, because what other way? Like what other way is that? So yeah, I appreciate you, Miss Ariel Jones. It was great having you in the comment section. Thank you for tapping in with us. Absolutely. As we heal, we hope you heal and everybody heals. You feel me? Peace and love to all of y'all out there, and y'all Malcolm. Okay.